So let's go see some of the other uses for fields added to a totals query. I'm going to go back to my totals query, and I'm going to run it. And I can see that there are those 21 individual books that were in my book sales table from which this query is being created. And I can see that for 2 of them, we've sold 10 or less. So if I'd like to try to filter those out, I'm going to go back to my design view. So I am summing up the quantity sold, but in the criteria row, I'm going to say, oh, but only for those that are greater than 10. Now I'm wondering at first, how will that be implemented? Does it look for individual sales that were greater than 10 and then sum those up? Or does it sum up the quantity sold for all the books and then filter for those greater than 10 for the sum? Well, I'm running my query and I notice that it's actually the latter. What I'm seeing now are 19 of those 21 books, and those being left out are those that were 10 or less. I can also see that I've got 2 books. I can also see that I've got 2 books where they sold greater than 100 total. So if I go back to my design view and I make that my new target, sum up the books and then filter those where the total quantity sold was greater than 100, then when I run the query, that's what I see, just those 2 books. So that's how that one is implemented when I just put a criteria under a sum or a min so that I'm aggregating and filtering at the same time. It does the aggregate and then it runs the filter.